Now see, that's how your smoke alarm is supposed to look at this point, just like that. I've got the power off, and then when I put this in, I got to make sure to put it in the right holes. You look at it real closely, you'll figure it out. And you want to make these screws snug. See, I got my washer up there. I've got this snug. I want it on there as, you know, not too tight to where you're sucking it up, but snug enough so that when you click it on there, it'll go without moving around. And then when you want to loosen it up later on down the road, this whole box doesn't slide all around because your screws weren't tight enough. But these are only so strong, and after a while, if you saw, that screw just broke out the back side. Okay, so when you see like that, and you see this coming out, and if you're installing one, you can take the mounting bracket down so that you can pull the wire nuts out properly, so that you can disconnect it properly, so that you can install your new adapter properly. That's why a lot of people, they don't like to mess with it, and they say, oh, if that adapter looks the same, I'm going to use it, and then they don't have to take that out, fish the wire nuts out, and all that kind of stuff. You see what I mean? And then if the power is still on, they don't have to worry about it. But for me, I like to do things right, use the right adapter, the brand new adapter with the brand new smoke alarm if you're doing it from brand new, okay? So now, am I ready to install that smoke alarm? Yes. I've just got to hook the back side of that up properly and get it reattached. Let's do it. All right, I've got to look at this carefully, and I'm going to resituate my ladder. Okay, and I've got to look at this carefully, make sure I got it lined up right, hold my mouth just right, and snap it in. Okay, and my date of install, does it matter exactly where it goes and where this other goes? It doesn't really matter. It's up here. Lots of times I'll put it facing over there, and you just have to find where this fits. Usually, see, I got it fit up tight right there, but if I didn't, I could rearrange it and maybe get it tight. The last thing you want to do is start twisting it on without having it all nicely tight. I tried to do that one time, and I thought I had it all the way up, and I tightened it, and it clicked on one side, and son of a gun, on the back side it wasn't on, and I had a heck of a time trying to unscrew it. Okay, so now it's got some little click, 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 click things, and I just want to do it until I hear it clicking a little bit. That. Okay, there it is. Okay, and I've done it. Now, I saw that the base slightly moved, and I could have tightened it up even tighter, but I didn't. And it's still up there. It's up there nice and tight. And I could turn that on and see. Make sure that adapter's on there right and stuff. And I have to remember now, before I turn that on, I have to remember that these wires are going to be hot. They're far enough apart. The wires are far enough apart that just for the sake of argument, just for testing, let's just see if the smoke alarm wires will go on. I'm not gonna. And see, it was that one there, the second to the bottom one. I got to remember that. Okay, I look up here. The green light is on now on that one in the hallway, and voila, the green light is on. I know it's on. Okay, but I'm going to turn it back off because there's always power to the ceiling fan now when that breaker's on. Okay. So if I had the, I got to make sure, make sure I remember that's the second to the bottom one on the left. And I look up here, the light is off. The light is off on that one. And I have to remember that after I hook up the ceiling fan and get the ceiling fan all working and all that kind of stuff, well, get it all hooked up, turn the breaker back on, make sure that my handheld remote device is working properly for the ceiling fan and all that kind of stuff. I have to remember to reset the smoke alarms. And all you have to do, reset the smoke alarm after the power is on. I have to just push the button. That's all I have to do. Push the button, and then it will go through the cycle, and then you'll hear the smoke alarms going off throughout your house, and then you'll know that it's reset. What I used to do is I used to do a reset on one, and then after it stopped, I come out and do a test, a reset on this one, do a test in there, do a test in the main room, do a test upstairs and all that kind of stuff, and test every single one. But if all of them are on the same circuit, you should be able to just test one, and I believe they all get reset. Now, if there's somebody out there who disagrees with me, let me know. Okay? But I always think, better be safe than sorry. I'll just go ahead and press every single one. But then I got a viewer saying, hey, Joe, you shouldn't have to press all of them. You should just press one. And if you hear them going throughout the house, which I do, every time I press one, I'll hear all the other ones go off. Then I press the other one and reset that. All of them go off. He said, when you press one and you can hear them all go off, that tells you your system is reset. And that makes sense to me, okay? But for right now, I'm going to leave it off. Always will have to remember from now on that if I want to disconnect this later on down the road for any unknown reason, I'm going to have to turn the breaker off that's attached to the smoke alarm. So when I get all done with this project, I may relabel this panel, because the second one to the bottom says guest room, and off to the side or over here I might say smoke alarm, ceiling fan, or something like that, with an arrow from here down. Or I can tape another piece of paper here with an arrow down, and then do it in writing with a ballpoint pen or something like that, so that you can read it. You know what I mean? Because quite often I'll do something and I'll say, oh, I'll remember where it is. I mean, when we moved in to this house, I changed out all of the smoke alarms initially. I took all the old ones out because they were old, and I put in the 10-year backup battery lithium hardwired smoke alarms. And then in a couple different areas, I ran the smoke alarm carbon monoxide ones. One in the kitchen and one downstairs. You're supposed to have a carbon monoxide smoke alarm there. If you have any gas appliances and the heaters, the heating units, these heating units are gas, and the water heater's gas. So you're supposed to have a smoke alarm with the carbon monoxide unit back there too, okay? All right, enough of that. I'm glad this part of the project is done. Pat your back that you got. Now I've tapped into there, right? I've tapped into there, and the wire is coming over from the smoke alarm, activating the ceiling fan. And if I wanted, I could get up there with my wire testers. I could turn the breaker back on. Do you want me to do that? I can. I'll do that, okay? I'll strip the wire, and then we'll test it and make sure it works. And I'm pretty sure it will.